record. So I wanted to do a meditation this evening. I'm not going to wear these are my like blue light glasses, but I don't really need them. I wanted to do a meditation this evening and just talk about the concept of self-acceptance, self-love. Um, what does that even mean? How do we embody that? Um, you know, the energies continue to be intense. When are they not intense, right? I mean, they're always intense with all the stuff going on in the world and the collective. And really what, we're being asked to do is to heal ourselves, to clear, old patterns, old thoughts, old beliefs, so we can then share, our light, share our gifts with others, and the energy that we give off when we are experiencing, this, being in a higher vibrational state is then felt by others. And so that's how we start to, bring light to the collective and help with the awakening. But it's easier said than done, right? And when I do Akashic Records readings for people, what comes up so often is this need for us to love ourselves and to accept ourselves for who we are. And so often, we might think that we are doing that. Of course I love myself, I accept myself, but do we really? When we beat ourselves up for, something we've done in the past, and we kind of, I see this a lot with clients, there's regret, sometimes even shame, something maybe we didn't even do. It wasn't even us, it was somebody else that perpetuated it, but we took it on as sort of like our fault. And that's actually really common with the inner child. The inner child is that archetypal part of us that is, the young girl, the young boy, that experienced something, heard something, saw something at a young age, usually between the ages of 5 and 10. And then, whatever was experienced, heard, felt becomes kind of embedded in the subconscious mind as truth, or belief is formed, a belief about not being enough, or, not being lovable, or, the world not being safe. So what can happen is that we start to live out those beliefs over time, and then we can get ourselves into trouble, right? Things like we start to create this sort of reality for ourselves that really isn't who we are deep down. And it works until it doesn't, right? Like we have, these habits, these ways of being that aren't always healthy, that aren't always functional, right? And maybe we're aware of it. And so it's funny, it's this paradox because, sometimes, people will come in and they'll share with me that they feel like they've been working so hard and healing and then breaking these patterns, but there's still something there. And, and then they start to get down on themselves. Like, well, it must be that I'm just not doing it right, or I'm just not able to do this, or I'm not able to learn, or there's something wrong with me. And that's really, we don't want to go there, right? Like that's the opposite of self-acceptance and of self-love, is getting down on ourselves. And, ideally, ultimately, what, in the Akashic Records, that's my source of guidance, right? Is in the Akashic Records. What they want to teach us is to just be like, it's okay. I'm doing the best I can with the tools I have. And when I made that mistake, even the other day or years ago, I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm human. We make mistakes as humans. So, can I forgive myself for what I did, that I maybe next time I have a chance to try it again, just like with kids, we'd say, like, had the chance to do that again, what different choice would you make? I'm going to make a different choice. And this can be really difficult for people to kind of to do, because we are so used to beating ourselves up, and to, it is this paradox of trying to improve ourselves and trying to become the best version of ourselves, while at the same time we want to believe or hold this belief that we are perfect as we are, because we are. And I wrote an email about this, or a post about this the other day as well, talking about, we wouldn't expect a child to have these advanced skills that an adult has, like to drive a car, or to, know how to pay bills, because the child doesn't, isn't at that developmental level yet, and nor should they be, right? And but can we hold ourselves to the same standards? Like we're always learning and growing. And when we were younger, did we have the ability to, rise above a triggered situation? Somebody's yelling at us, coming at us, with their own stuff, and maybe we react. I mean, we yell back at them or something. And we're like, later on, we're like, I said some things I really wish I hadn't said. And we kind of replay the scene in our heads over and over again, maybe even for years. And, but we were doing the best we could at the time. We didn't have all these skills and tools of how to connect with higher guidance and, ask for, bring in light and ask for that person to experience healing. I certainly didn't. I know that I'm speaking of myself, right? Like these are things I have done. So that's the concept of forgiveness, forgiving ourselves and letting things go for ourselves. And then, of course, for others too. So, holding grudges against people, she did that to me and I can never forgive her for that. Or, he said this thing and it was a horrible thing to say. And so I'm never speaking to him again. Like those sorts of things are not good for us, right? These grudges that some people hold, and it's heartbreaking to see what happens in families. And, I'm sure if there are grudges, they're probably justified, but it's never, it only hurts us, right? Those sort of, and the negativity that we cling on to can make us sick and suck emotions that we're, allowing or not allowing to be released. I don't want to deal with that. I'm not going to think about that. It's going to come out somewhere, right? And often it's, the body comes out through bodily illness or some sort of dis-ease, right? Discord, incongruence in the body. So can we just accept ourselves as we are? Knowing we're doing the best we can, knowing that we're always growing and learning, that we're perfect and yet we're always improving at the same time, the paradox of being human. So let's do a little meditation to kind of bring that in before we do that. And before I do the meditation, I'll just get this out of the way, just because it's always nice to not have to be done with the meditation and have to like listen again. But there are a few things I'm doing coming up. If those of you who are in Maine, well, two of them are in Maine, and another one is online. But there's this Earth frequency in the EE system, which is a really cool. The EE system is a scalar energy sort of setup of these like things that look like TV screens, and they're very healing, sorts of frequency that people just go sit in this room and receive it. I've done a few workshops there, so I'm doing another one, but this time we're going to be outside, connecting with the energy of the earth and really feeling that grounding Gaia energy, and then going in the EE system. That's in mid-July. There's still some spots for that. A retreat coming up in October, which is almost full. There's only 2 daytime spots left. It's a retreat on the water, overnight weekend retreat about healing as well, with the healing energies of the earth. There's a theme here. And then in September, I'm beginning this new program I'm really excited about called the Hypnotherapy certification program, where I'm teaching people to become certified hypnotherapists through this association called IACT, which is a national sort of hypnotherapist counseling association that you'd become a member of. So if you're curious about, helping people really clear what's in their subconscious minds through hypnotherapy, and you want to offer this as a modality, feel free to reach out and I'll share with you a little more about that. So, all right, let's do the meditation. So you can close your eyes and just begin to come into your body with a few deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Inhaling all this oxygen that wants to help cleanse your body, and then exhaling out any carbon dioxide that wants to leave your body in the form of any energy that is not congruent in your body. Just let it flow out. Doing this a few more times and holding at the top of the inhale and really extending out the length of the exhale. This is a three-part breath, very cleansing and healing. And then just begin to come into a natural awareness of your breath. And of how you're feeling, connecting in with your body. How does it feel to be in your body right now? And maybe there's some judgment there, thoughts associated with it, but see if you can just be, letting go of any evaluations or stories about how your body is feeling and just being in your body. Allowing the breath to flow as it wants to flow. Allowing your shoulders to drop, allowing your muscles to begin to relax, just settling in, beginning to let go. The breath can be like a tether that you always come back to. It's your friend. It's here for you as an anchor. Allowing it to always bring you back. If your mind wanders, just like a cowboy lassoing a bull or a steer or whatever they call them. Imagine that your breath is lassoing those thoughts or lassoing your mind and bringing it back to just being in openness, being in the space of all that is, of your higher self. Breathing into this, allowing the breath to expand your consciousness, to take up space. And I feel this evening with us the energy of Mother Mary. And Mother Mary's energy is all about self-love and acceptance and gentleness and nurture. Just like at the end of a day when you just sink into your soft bed and put your head on the pillow, and it just feels so good just to know this is a time you can rest, you can unwind, or maybe you lie on the earth, on the grass, and just feel yourself being cradled by Gaia, by Mother Earth, just that nurturing energy, that letting go energy. Allow yourself to bask in that for a moment. Feeling this beautiful pale blue light, like a soft sheet made of silk, just caressing you, flowing around you, this beautiful, soft, translucent fabric. This light is making its way in a very soothing and healing manner around your body, through your body, and your bloodstreams. Pale blue light like robin's eggs, like blueberries, or even like the sky. Just feel yourself being held, being cradled in this light of Mother Mary. Imagine that she's taking your hands in hers and just holding your hands and letting you know that it's going to be okay, that you are enough, that you're doing a wonderful job, that she sees you for all that you are and all that you've been through. And you feel this deep love just welling up in your heart, as if you're just being bathed in love, as if this beautiful cleansing water were now being poured from the sacred pitcher, sacred chalice over your body. It soaks into your bloodstreams. Elixir, this healing elixir that cleanses and rinses you of any negativity, judgment, self blame, shame, guilt, any of that that you've been carrying. Just let this light, let this healing elixir wash that away. Take a few moments here. Feel this old energy being removed, being purged out of your body. And you, as you invite in this new luminescence, just like the sun that's rising in a beautiful morning, is coming up in your heart. And all these beautiful colors, pinks, oranges, yellows, just blossoming from your heart, shining out and taking up space, spilling out through your hands, through your feet, pushing out into the aura around you. This light that's filled with confidence and self-acceptance and love, inner peace, contentment, understanding, and empathy, and self-compassion, all these qualities filling you up to the brim like a cup that's overflowing, really soaking this up. And imagining that others around you, that those who are in your immediate area, maybe those who are further away, that they feel this light too, that they feel this energy, this higher vibration of self-love and acceptance touching them as well. And the ripple effect continues from one person to another. This wave of love touching every sentient being, creature on earth. And taking a deep breath in and a slow exhale out, and just maybe even giving yourself a nice hug, just touching either arm with each hand, just like a nice little self-havening. You can even move your hands up and down your arms and just feel this energy being sealed in. Feel it all just being absorbed and deeply within your cells and your bones and your bloodstream. Sealing this in like a nice warm towel being wrapped around you, knowing that you can carry and you will carry at some level, setting that as an intention, this new vibration, this new knowing that you are enough, that you are perfect. Yes, you're growing. Yes, you're learning, but you are a beautiful being of light here to shift consciousness through loving yourself first and allowing that love to spill out to help others. So bring your hands, if you want, in prayer position to your heart center or over your heart or in your lap, just coming into gratitude. Deep breath in, slow exhale out, and then stretching out, coming back into your body and opening your eyes. All right, so I hope that was helpful in some way. I had a feeling Mother Mary would be coming in. Like, even before, when I um, planned this meditation, I was thinking Mother Mary is going to come in. That energy is just so gentle and healing. And for a lot of us, it's about reparenting ourselves and giving ourselves, unconditional love that we didn't receive maybe from our parents, especially the mother. It really does come back to the mother. And maybe we did get some love, but maybe it wasn't, there was inevitably, our parents are human too, and they come with their own stuff. And there's things that we picked up on that probably aren't helpful for us anymore. And so when I do inner child work with people, it's what we talk about is that it doesn't matter if we didn't get that love or that affection as a child. I mean, it does matter. It does matter. I mean, at some level, but we can heal that. We can receive that later in life from our own adult selves and from these higher beings like Mother Mary, angels, spirit guides, other, ascended masters, that can really, fill that need for us at this higher, spiritual level. um, I think some people think, well, I'm doomed because I didn't get this. I had a dysfunctional childhood. I came from this, broken home or whatever. It's okay. So many of us did. So many. I was lucky in my way, in my life in many ways, but I also had some stuff. We're all healing. So and from the perspective of the inner parts, it doesn't have to come from another human. In fact, the purest form of love, it comes from spirit beings, right? So we as humans are flawed, and often how can we really give love to another if we don't actually fully love ourselves? So the key here is to not take it on as like, it must be me that the reason my parents weren't able to love me or show love or, to give me or do these things that they should have done. No, 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 no. It's because they didn't know. They didn't know they didn't get it themselves. They didn't understand it. They didn't maybe love themselves at all. They didn't have the ability. So Mother Mary comes through. That's cool, Marie. Yep. She's beautiful, beautiful healing energy. I don't connect with her a lot. I often connect with Jesus, but every so often she comes in. And yes, William, it's lovely to be here and to support you all. And thank you for those of you here on Facebook, for those of you here on Zoom. Hope to see some of you at that EE System Earth Healing Workshop if you're in Maine in a few weeks in July. It's on the ocean. It's this beautiful spot in Georgetown, Maine. At my friend Meg Poor's. It's at her GOTS Healing Center in Georgetown, Maine, the EE System. Or at the retreat. There's still a few spots for that in October. Or if you want to learn hypnotherapy, let me know. That's a bigger deal. but that's, some of you might be interested in that, so. All right, in the meantime, I'll see you back here in, let's see, few weeks. Second and fourth Wednesday is when I do these meditations. I'll be doing a free class this September on past lives. So stay tuned for that. I haven't talked about past lives for a while, but super cool stuff. All right, many blessings, much love. Bye.